Listen up, this is the Power Project and you better be down. I'm here to turn your frowns upside down. My underwear are yellow in the front and in the back they're brown, and like SpongeBob SquarePants, I'm gonna bring it around town. This is Mark Bell from Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. I'm here in Davis, California, shooting a brand new, fresh Power Project brought to you by the only freaking strength magazine in the world, thepowermagazine.com and howmuchyoubench.net. Our first question, which is a really important question, but we'll save that important question for the next question, and we'll answer the second question first. Is everybody still with me? Did anybody drop off yet? Are you still watching? Because remember, if you're not watching the Power Project, then you have no life. But if you are watching the Power Project, I got some unfortunate news for you. You also have no life. So either way, I guess you're screwed. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. Question number one, which is actually question number two, which we'll answer number two first, is about the patellar tendon. Somebody had the question about what do you do about patella tendonitis? There's a bunch of shit that you can do. If you're currently squatting and a squat is bothering your knee, you can stop squatting. But who the fuck wants to do that? If deadlifting hurts your knee, you can currently just stop deadlifting. You can discontinue deadlifting. You can try some ice. Icing your knee after a training session, or your elbows if you have tendonitis, can be really effective, despite some things you guys may have heard about the negative impact of ice and what it does and yay, and all this weird stuff. If it feels good, if you try something and it feels good, then guess what? It works pretty good. So give it a try. Just try to ice yourself after a training session. That works really good. A forgotten element in a lot of things, I think, is just simple massage therapy. All of us are banged up in many different spots, and so make sure that you're just up to date on getting a massage. Try to get a massage every month, and if you can, try to get 2 massages every month. Getting a massage prevents you from going to the gym and having to roll on the foam roller for 2 hours every single training session, because it's somebody else managing your tissues for you. You need a tissue manager. You need someone to kind of get in there and dig in and touch you in some weird, funny places and dig out some of the little knots and stuff that you have. But one of the best exercises that you can do when you have a knee problem, or you have any problem, the best thing to do is to find something else to do that doesn't hurt. So in my opinion, a box squat, a lot of raw lifters are kind of against the box squat, with the exception of my homie Matt Wenning, who's had a world record raw squat and also a multi-ply world record squat. Box squats can be really effective, and they just help you run away from the problem of your kneecap moving forward and sliding and grinding and moving in some weird, awkward ways. When you do a box squat, you're going to want to sit back into the squat, and your knee is not going to really travel forward hardly at all. And it's going to take a lot of pressure off the kneecap. You can also, for a few weeks, I know this is going to sound terrible to some of you guys out there, but for a few weeks, you can try just to squat a little bit higher. Try squatting onto a higher box. Those of you who have hip impingement, those of you who have hip problems, patella tendonitis, any of these issues, you could put a Band-Aid on it for a little while by simply doing a box squat. So try a box squat, try a high box squat if necessary, just for a couple weeks. Then you'll be able to get back to your regular squats and stuff. Another great option is to take a multi-purpose wrap. Yes, that's what I sell. You can also just utilize a regular knee wrap. But a multi-purpose wrap from howmuchyoubench.net is extremely effective, or a compression cuff, as Matt Vincent uses, the Highland Games world champion. Matt Vincent wears compression cuffs from howmuchyoubench.net around his knees, around his elbows for tendonitis as well. Really, really effective. The multi-purpose wrap is designed, it's the only wrap that's designed that allows you to wrap it in multiple places. Wherever you're hurt on your elbow, you're hurt on your kneecap, you can put it wherever you have pain. Now that's gonna just help you get through your training sessions. It's gonna allow you to get through your training sessions without being hurt. Another thing that I always advise people to do, and that is to always check out mobilitywod.com, check out Kelly Starrett's information. Also check out my homie Jesse Burdick. These people both these guys they have a lot of information about how to keep yourself healthy, how to keep yourself out of pain. You might want to look into stretching your quads. You might want to look into stretching your hamstrings. You might want to look into stretching your hip. All these things are going to be effective. I gave you a whole arsenal of things. Now let's get to the most important question of the day, which is now question number 2, but it was originally question number 1. Remember that whole thing in the beginning? This question is about my slow motion deadlifts that I've been doing. I've been doing these just to update you all. I've been doing deadlifts 4 seconds on the way up, and 2-second hold at the top, and then 4 seconds on the way down. That's called tempo training. You can utilize that for squat, bench, deadlift, any exercise you can think of, you can use it for. But his question was really important, and it's something I just, unfortunately, it slipped my mind, and it shouldn't have. The guy wants to know, is my fart ratio affected by this slow method of training? And I have to say that it's not what you think. You know, the human body kind of reacts differently. Every time you think your body's going to react one way, it kind of reacts the other. Isn't that always true? You try to go on a diet and it takes you a while to lose weight and you can't figure out why you're not losing weight. All these different weird things happen to you all the time, and you always think the opposite's going to happen. So you would think that the more time under tension that you have, that the more farts you would have. But actually the ratio has been the same, but the expenditure has been through the roof. So it's still like, you know, if I do 4 reps on a deadlift, even if it's a slow-mo deadlift, it's still 4 farts. It's still a 1-to-1 ratio. But what you're not seeing and what's not coming through on the videos is the fact that the farts are a lot longer. So now, you know, a typical, if I'm going to do a fast rep of a deadlift, the fart might be like lightning speed, whatever the speed of light is. It's around that speed, or maybe a little slower, maybe more like the speed of sound. But now it's like, you know, an 8-second deadlift, I'm probably doing like a 6-second fart. So add that up over the course of 4 to 5 reps and you're really running into some big problems. That pretty much wraps up this episode of the Power Project. Strength is never a weakness, and that is it from Super Training Gym.